Nobody, no crime. Well, not on my time. Eyes are watching, giving victims a voice. Raise your voice from Delphi to Canton, and there will be no more botching. We might not be Dateline, but come along if you want a great time. Grab yourself a glass of wine, and let's talk some true crime. And hey, you'll even have an alibi if you collect evidence in red Solo cups. If your expert says it just did, you might have a problem. We might not be Dateline, but come along if you want a great time. Grab yourself a glass of wine, and let's talk some true crime. And hey, you'll even have an
Hello. How are you guys? I just wanted to pop in real fast. I know a lot of you are probably watching the Defense Diaries fundraiser, which I just left. They are fantastic. Hi, Tammy. How are you? Oh, Salty Sleuth. Hello. If you are new, welcome. I don't recognize your handle, so let me know. Hi, Jeannie. I saw you in the chat. You're so cute. Thank you so much. I saw you giving me some love over there at Defense Diaries. Thank you so much. Noodles Mama, I saw you as well. Hello there. Great job on the mottos. Thank you so much. Oh no, why are you pissed? Why are you pissed? Tell me everything. Salty Sleuth, hello. Hi, Kristen. I saw you too. I saw you. I was like watching some of the chat. I'm new. Been a fan of yours for a while. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for being here. Hi, Side Eyes. How are you? Yes, I was like, you know what? Let me just pop in. I did my makeup. Okay. So we can't waste makeup. We have to at least go live, at least for like 45 minutes until Emily C and Jimmy go on, right? That's what I was thinking. So I'm like, you know what? Let me do that. Also, I had to pop open a mango to get some donations going, and so I'm like, let me just drink it with my people and talk and see what we got going. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Mike is in left field. Yes, I will say. Listen, I don't agree with what he says. In fact, I don't generally agree with what Mike says in general, but he is a very nice man. I will say that. You just have to leave it at the door. You can't take it personal because I find myself not having the same opinion with him like 99% of the time. But he's a very nice and kind man, and he does do a lot of good and helps the children and things like that. But yes. You know, that yep, I feel you. Salty Sleuth says, I think we're neighbors. Are we? Where do you live? If you're comfortable. Tammy's saying you look beautiful tonight. Well, thank you. Well, normally I have a hat on because I don't have makeup on. So I was like, you know what? We're going live because I did my makeup and my hair. So we're just gonna chill for a little bit. Side Eyes said, so good tonight. Makeup spot on. Thank you. That's my main thing. Look, if I've ever gotten stood up for a date, I don't care about that. I'm just like, I wasted makeup. Like, what is happening? That's the one thing. Don't do that to me because I pissed that I wasted makeup. Takes a minute. It's hard being a girl, you know? You have to, like you have to do it doesn't just instantly happen, and so, all my friends know. I'm like, they made me make, like, waist makeup. I'm mad. Um, Hi, Linda. How are you? Linda, I saw you. Oh, wait, were you in the chat as well? I feel like you were. Hello. If anyone is new here, welcome. I just came from Defense Diaries fundraiser. What an incredible fundraiser it was, and is. It's still going on. Okay, first of all, yes, we are neighbors. We are neighbors. In fact, yes, we are. That's amazing. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, but I moved down to Pensacola, and I call that home now. So I do you shell because I shell. I love the beach. Anyways, yes, Defense Diaries is killing it over there. They're what how lucky are we as a community that we had Aiden's fundraiser where like the best of the best were, and then this weekend we have another incredible fundraiser with I think even more, and I didn't think that was possible, more astute guests, Yannetti, Alessi, Queen Melanie. I mean, it's amazing. Um, okay, Peace Geek says they're catching up on the fundraiser because I was out all day. Great lineup. Yes, great lineup. I just left. I didn't get the total of how much we raised, but I was happy to hear that I think we were like the second hour that raised as much. That was good. That's what we want. So yes, it was a good time. It was a fun hour, I feel like. I enjoyed it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. Both mics make me nervous because there may be jury members on there that might think the same way. And that's the reality of it. Sometimes, like it annoys us that maybe they don't see things exactly the way that we do, but if we can address that, have conversations about it, it may actually help the defense. So sometimes it's a really good thing. And like that's why I countered back with his shot theory is because we hear that all the time. People don't realize how many rounds they're shooting off in the moment. Uh, and also he wasn't an officer, and his daughter was involved. So, maybe that will strike something in him. Maybe he will think about that later. And that kind of thing can be said in a trial. Because I thought that was a fairly decent point. So, um, let's see. I went and watched you and Baker. Yes, Baker's hour was very fun too. I was there as well. I love him and Mel and Rebecca together. It's a good time, and they're also big about like, getting the funds and stuff. So that was a fun hour as well. Um, there was a bunch I enjoyed a bunch of the hours, but I'm also looking forward to Emily C and Jimmy, tonight. That'll be fun. But I was like, "We have, like, 45 minutes. Let me just go live and hang out." Salty Sleuth said, "Yes, the fundraiser's been amazing. You are much prettier than Baker." Thank you. Uh, oh, man. I saw his new merch, guys. If you haven't seen Baker's new merch, it's cute. It's very cute. It's pink too. Look good on the ladies. Lifelong resident. Amazing. Let's see. But okay, you were watching all day. I watched most of it. I missed, I think, the first hour. Yes, Andy Baldwin is on. I was peeking. I was like, who's on next? I couldn't remember. And I've seen a lot of their shows with him. They're always very good. And then I also know Sunny, who's on there as well from Court TV. And then I don't know her, but obviously Lauren Conlon, the person that that Kane thought I was. Oh man, she's a good reporter. Jeannie said, "I killed it. Thank you so much." Thank you. Let's see. Jess and I aren't allowed to purchase new merch because we were boycotted. What do you mean? What do you mean, Kristen? Boycotted what? I agree. Insight. Yeah, it's insight, and you have to look at it that way. And it is easy to get irritated because you're like, how does he not see that? Because in a lot of our minds, like this case is, it's so black and white. Like It's what most of us would do, and the fact that they're charging him when he literally saved his daughter's life is gross, at least it is in my opinion, but having people who have different opinions is good because you can learn and not only learn, like, change your point of view, but, like, for a jury, like, you have to be able to look at it from different sides, and so I think, um this whole fundraiser is gonna be beneficial for his defense fund and, I mean, not his defense fund, yes, obviously his defense fund, but for his defense. We know a lot of defense attorneys watch the YouTube streams, especially of somebody, like the Matas who are amazing attorneys, and they're having other amazing attorneys on and their legal insight and things like that, so we just have to kind of view it like that, but it is easier though, because I know him personally and I know he's a good man and he's a nice man. But yes, listen, I've been on a lot of times on court TV, as we know, but like I've seen people on there that have such opposite views of myself, and I find myself irritated sometimes, but I don't know them personally necessarily. So it's harder to take it like let it roll off your back, I guess, that way too. Oh, no. You were 39 and 40, but wasn't that the limit? So you're the last 2. So why were you not allowed? You should have been right on the mark. I'm confused. What is happening? That should have been allowed. Let's see. That's where I saw Sunny on. I couldn't put my finger on where I've seen her. Yep, yep. She's been on court TV quite a few times. I think she was mainly in the last year or so on with Julie in the morning, so I didn't watch her, but, like, she has been on a few times with Vinny, as well. But, yes, let's see. Ha, 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 Baker plays games. He does. He does. It was funny the other night, if you saw, he was trying to act like he didn't know Mary B. And then obviously he knows Mary B. Um, let's see. Salty Sleuth says, "I will help the defense strategies." Sometimes they take things from the internet, and if they're a really good defense team, they have a team that will do that. Will kind of scour social media and for different opinions and different thoughts, and it just depends on how well equipped they are to do that. But I mean, I don't think this is a case where Aaron would be found guilty of anything, but the fact that he's having to go through this and then the daughter's having to be re-traumatized and all of that, like it's gross. Also, like, in my opinion, they did something with that SD card on purpose. It's exactly where they want it to be. So, um Mike does have daughters. He does have daughters. And I think he said like too, like it would be different. But I will say, excuse me. I will say people who have experienced trauma, I feel like can put themselves in that situation as well. So we all see the world, right? In whichever way we've lived it. So if we've experienced trauma, if we've had friends that have experienced trauma, we can kind of see that point. But if he has only experienced things from um a officer standpoint who didn't know of any officers around him doing nefarious things, that's how he sees the world, right? So like that's where he's coming from. So that tells me he probably hasn't been exposed to trauma himself or his immediate family. My opinion, don't know, but he's a very kind man. But all we can do is learn from each other's viewpoints and maybe see how we can counteract his thoughts with our own thoughts that maybe will make him think on, yeah, that's a good point or whatever, because they can use that with the jury. Let's see. Here. Yep. Maybe the defense lawyers are watching and can take all the different opinions. Yeah, that's exactly it. You never know. We heard that from the Karen Reed case. We know that oftentimes the team watched all of these YouTubers and took into consideration what a lot of the people were saying because let's face it, the public is the jury, and, so it's very possible. Hello, okay, Miss Divine, how are you? Lauren, you're a great on Defense Diaries. Thank you so much. I was on honestly, it was my privilege to be on there. That's a case when it starts, I will be covering because I feel strongly about it. So I'm, was thrilled that I could be on there and that they thought of me. So um everyone's saying hello to each other. I love it. Why did the detectives purposely hide the dash camera evidence? Did he know Fossler? Well, it was a small town, so the chances of them knowing each other, I think, are great. Um, but I can only assume that there was things on that dash cam video that were not helpful to the prosecution. And now we know if someone is a just prosecutor who wants to, wear the white hat and do the right thing and just get to the truth, that shouldn't matter. Then they should present that evidence. And if that evidence leads them to believe that it was a justified shooting, they should pursue that. But it doesn't appear that that is this case. And unfortunately, it seems to be a little bit more common as of late that there are things happening that shouldn't be happening, right? And so my opinion is that there was things on there, whether it was things that were seen or heard, and I lean towards both. Especially if, we know that they were instructed to turn their body cameras off. If that was on there, that's definitely not gonna look good, along with other things that could have been said or done. Was there a gun there? We know that his daughter, Aaron Spencer's daughter, mentioned him saying he was looking for his gun. Okay, was there a gun found at the scene? If not, why not? Hey, you guys are smart. All of my chat's very, very smart. So I can only assume that it was not helpful to their case. And at any rate, like they should have to reap the consequences of them not having that evidence because they have a job and it's their burden. Um, let's see here. I have a 13-year-old granddaughter. I would go to jail to protect her. Yeah. And I think you are most people. And you know, if they get one of me or one of you, Tammy, on that jury, it's not happening. And I think they're going to have all of us really. I just can't because no matter what, you're going to put yourself in that situation. And you're also going to be like, wait a second, we're prosecuting this guy for kind of keeping our community more safe. This guy's not on the streets. Who knows who else he was doing these horrific things to in that community. And if you think that like a juror is not going to think that, they are. So, it's gross. I don't know. I feel very strongly about this one. Kristen, did you make it to Knoxville? Are we safe? We're asking because I just found out. Let's see. I think the cop something on the SD card and he didn't want it, wanted no one to find. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because guess what? If there was something on there that would have helped them, it wouldn't have been lost. And sorry, but that's how it is. I mean, I've seen too many things. This doesn't add up, doesn't pass the smell test. And yeah, absolutely. Chances are the popo did something really stupid on the video and didn't want anyone to see it. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's probably a combination of things, right? Like some things that were said, but I personally think there was things on there that possibly were seen. And the whole thing of they only had 4 videos that were 15-minute things, that doesn't really add up with dash cam stuff in my opinion. So that in itself is weird to me. So yeah, 100%. I agree. They proctored the evidence. Absolutely. That is my opinion as well. Yeah, they higgied it. They broke it, they took it to the base, and they threw it in the dumpster. Yeah. Yes, it's gone, right? Can't find it. Oopsie. Um, that is the single-handed most important evidence that was at that scene, period. So, I don't believe in coincidences. Sorry, my cats are talking to each other. The new one, by the way, guys, the new cat that I adopted that, well, found me and basically won my heart over, has now been introduced to all the family. So she is in here now. So everyone's getting along rather good, except for Olivia Pope. Olivia Pope is not happy about the situation, and she's being Olivia Pope like, okay, which doesn't surprise me at all. She lives up to her name. She's a feisty little spicy girl. She's the only one that's not happy, but everyone else is pretty fine. But they walk by each other and they give each other like noises and looks and stuff. And so that was happening behind me. Um, that camera was everywhere thing. It obviously would have hurt them in some way. They need to be investigated. Yeah. Excuse me. Um, yeah, and you know it's not gonna happen. They're not gonna be investigated because, unfortunately, no one's gonna get involved in this. It would be great if we had a system in place where people did investigate law enforcement for weird, shady things, but they know that there isn't, and so I think that that's another reason that a lot of them are feeling confident in doing things, is they know someone is not coming behind them, checking their work, so to speak. So LOL for, Friday Night Live, not tonight. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, I'm still 50-50. We'll decide, be a game time decision, but hopefully yes. Okay, is this for Dollywood? If so, I hope you get to go. I will live vicariously through all of you fine people who get to go, because I'm not gonna be able to make it this year, but I'm planning for next year now, I know, and I'll be able to get one of my friends to come with me, so I don't have to do the 7 hours by myself. I'm like, I drive so much as it is, I'm like, I can't. But yes, let's see here. Oop, my mouse is doing weird things. Okay. Yes, so I think K is quoting Mike. Aha. Okay. Hi, Beth. How are we? Yes. So, anyways, if you guys haven't joined the Defense Diaries 12-hour fundraiser, it is fantastic. They're having amazing guests on there. I just was on last hour with them. I had a blast. There will be some fun guests here in about 25 minutes or so with Emily C and Jimmy. Um, and so I highly suggest going and watching that when they're on. And if you're in a position to donate, donate. It's a great fund for Aaron Spencer. And I also love that. Okay, Miss K was talking about Dollywood. Yes. I also love that Judge Erskine reminded people that these also all the funds go towards not only his defense fund, but for trauma treatment and trauma therapy for his daughter, which I think we sometimes can overlook, being that he's on trial for murder. But that's pricey. And I would venture to say that in Lonoke County, they probably don't have like great trauma therapists. So if she's being able to get that, she may have to drive, which is another expense and another thing that they're gonna have to do. So if you're in a position to donate, even if it's $5, like it adds up. It really, really adds up. So go over and check them out. They're going until 10 o'clock. So they've got the majority of the night done. But it's just been a lot of really good guests and pretty entertaining and all of that. Let's see. but I'm coming down to Florida the 9th, so trying to work on logistics. Amazing. What part of Florida are you coming from and where are you coming from? Hello. Hello, Lori. How are you? Guys, we all know Lori. She has been on like all of Maz's fundraisers. She's been on my fundraisers and she's been a real just driving force for Kelsey Fitzsimmons and her freedom and all of that. So I'm sure all of you know who she is, but if not, um, she is here with us. Let's see. I've been watching Defense Diaries all day. Yes, I watched most of it. I think I missed the first hour and forgot it started at 10 and then I turned it on. Hello, Mitchell. How are you? Yes, fantastic. Yep, everyone's saying hello to Lori. Also, me and Lori will be on a fundraiser for Kelsey Fitzsimmons tomorrow. So it's a fundraiser weekend. That's great. Like the more people we can help, the better. So today we tried to raise some funds for Aaron Spencer and his family, and tomorrow we're going to be doing the same for Kelsey and her defense fund that's going now towards the child custody situation. So we're going to be doing that. I believe that starts at 6 p.m. on Maz's house. Hi, Chastity. How are you? Also, Chad Pizza. Yes. Hi, Blessed texted Lolly. How are you? Yes, I need to write some things down, some words, some key phrases, and all of that. Hi, Cash. Cash is coming to see me. To do that because we're doing that. That's gonna be a hit. That's my story and I'm sticking to it. It's gonna be a fun one, and it'll be something that we can take our minds off of some of these heavy hitter cases that are emotional and we can just have fun. Let's see. I had to take a break to get my hair did. Ooh, but so far what I've caught is amazing. Oh, what are you getting done to your hair? Are we doing anything different or are we just doing touch-ups and things? Lori's saying, I hope everyone tunes in tomorrow. I will be revealing my craziest family law case ever, and it includes cows. Okay. I'm excited. Lori has stories for days because she is one of the badass family attorneys that I was telling you guys about the other night, with it being the most dangerous form of law. Um, she is one of those badass ladies that does it. So she has lots of stories. So she's going to be sharing one tomorrow. And there's cows, and I'm excited. Let's see. Who is this woman without a hat? I know, Mitchell. Mitchell, if you missed it, I was on Defense Diaries fundraiser, so I had to put makeup on and do my hair. So when you get a hat, it's because I have no makeup on. And so because I did that, I don't want to waste the makeup. So we came on a quick live. And we're only staying for a little bit because Emily C and Jimmy will be on, and that should be a fun hour with Defense Diaries. But I had to come on because I can't waste makeup. Okay, that's like one of my pet peeves. If I put makeup on just for a second and then wash it off, I feel irritated. I feel like I've wasted like an hour or two of my time. So that's why we're here. And that's why we have no hat. We have a hat here, but we don't need it today because we have makeup on. But yes. Let's see. I'm blonde with low lights now. Ooh. Okay, I'm excited. Everyone tune in. Hopefully Side Eyes make some appearances on some of our favorites like Baker and The Expert and all of that um for Dollywood and all of that. So, yes, excellent. It's always nice when you get your hair done, like, you just feel refreshed, like you have life again. Um, let's see. Hi, Zach. How are you? How are we today? Okay. Zach, I'm blonde. You hurt my feelings. Oh, let's see. I have a wedding this afternoon, so I missed about 2.5 hours this afternoon, and we'll definitely go back and watch what I missed. Okay. Well, there were some good hours for sure. I enjoyed the hour I was on. I thought everybody was really good and not not a lot of people liked one of the guests' opinions, but that's what makes the world go round is differences of opinions, and it makes us learn things and, how can we maybe counteract what they're saying to maybe reach them with our point of view, right? And so, but I thought it was a really good hour. I suggest watching that one. Baker's Hour with Rebecca and Mel was really good. Obviously, Yannetti and Alessi and Michael from Justice Served and Queen Melanie. All of those hours were awesome. So there's definitely some you don't want to miss at all. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Lori. She said you did great on Defense Diaries. Proud of you. Thank you so much. I thought they were gonna bring me up, like, how some of them they were like, "Oh, okay," they'll bring you up with the previous guest, and because it was only Judge Erskine, I was like, "Oh, if they do, I'm gonna be like, my friend Lori." But they didn't, but she did great too. Let's see. Side eyes, blondes have more fun? Question mark. She's recently blonde. I don't know that she's had time to experience if they do or do not. Let's see. Mitchell, it's been 4 hours. I didn't get a good nap after. Okay. Let's see here. Beth's Chicken Wings. Hi, friend. I love it. You guys are all chatting with each other. Okay. At the moment, I have you in one ear and Defense Diaries in the other. I've got a major YouTube addiction problem. Hey, you know what? It saves money on cable. I hardly watch cable, and I even, like, the shows that I now watch, I forget to watch. So, like, I'm a week behind on everything because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, I've had to keep up with, like, so many shows that I've forgotten to watch this, that, and the other." So not necessarily a bad thing that you have a YouTube addiction. It can save money, and I feel like a lot of the streams are educational. So, like, one could argue you're learning more from YouTube. Um, Kristen making the point it's better than being on X. It is 100%. Yes. X is a dangerous place. One that I do partake in, but I use my judgment on what I partake and don't partake because if I just let myself go wild, I could partake in like everything and that wouldn't be good for anyone. Um Beth's Chicken Wing saying, I drove my boyfriend crazy with how much I watch YouTube. Kristen reminding everyone, poor Lauren getting attacked in spaces. Yes, it's a dangerous place. Don't ask questions. If you do partake in a space, if you do have a question, I suggest don't. Because if you ask a question, they will literally bite your head off. We learned that. Um, okay, YouTube is so much more interactive too. It is. That is also a great point. Yes, there's chats, there's people that you get to know and, usernames you get to know and see frequently in chats and all that. And you're allowed, what's nice about YouTube? You are allowed to ask questions here. You don't get cussed out. It's nice. It's good. Space is not so much. I'm actually watching this on my phone and on TV is DIY videos. Oh, very nice. Very nice. I love those. I was like, abort, Lauren, abort. I genuinely just wanted to know because they weren't saying. They were just saying she released a photo. I'm like, oh, what photo was like? What kind of photo? I missed that part. And turns out, do not have any kind of curiosity when it comes to spaces because it's apparently not allowed, and you have to have, like, a members only jacket to, participate. Even if they, like, instantly, like, accept your request to join and ask a question, they don't mean it. Run. Kristen, I think you need to stay off X. X is Lord of the Flies. Oh, goodness. Let's see. That was funny, Lauren telling story, but not funny. She got yelled at. Oh, I have tough skin. I can take it. I was just like, what in the heck is happening? Um, I gave Beth my wrench at Experts and then I was timed out the rest of the evening. So I am new to the YouTube streams, Zach, but I'm pretty sure you can't gift someone a wrench unless you are the expert on their channel. So I'm not sure how accurate that is that you gave it away like a very chivalrous act. I'm not sure about that, but that doesn't seem like it adds up. But yes, I did I did see that you got timed out. Jeannie, tell me what I missed, Lauren. Which part? I don't think you missed anything in this stream. This stream is just a random one that I decided to do as I'm awaiting Emily C's and Jimmy's hour. Let's see. Oh, Melissa, we missed you last night. Fantastic. X shouldn't be X should be launched from Mars and Musk. He paid expert. Wait. He paid expert to give it to me. Oh, okay. You told expert to give it to her. Okay, it's a little bit more chivalrous then, I suppose. All right, makes sense. He said, I actually paid $2 to lose my wrench. Oh, on Spaces. So oh god, how do I even so there was just a Spaces. I normally don't watch the Spaces, but I was late at night. It was like 2 in the morning. I couldn't sleep, which happens often, and I was like, "Oh, what's this about?" J7, who had recently said something about me, is also beefing with someone else, and so I did pop in that one to hear what they were saying, and it was a like, I don't know if it was her Spaces or you can see Cash back there being funny. Hey, no, sir. No, sir. He took off my leaves on my Lego tiger. I found them on the floor. This little guy trying to take my flowers off now. You saw it firsthand. So, anyways, so I pop in the Spaces because I can't sleep, and they're talking about she had released some picture, and they kept talking about her putting out this picture of this guy, and so I'm like, okay, but what kind of picture? Like, what picture was it? Like, you're talking all about it, but you're not saying what picture. And so I was just kind of in the mood, like, hey, I'm gonna pop in and ask what kind of picture? Like, what are we talking about? Because I feel like that kind of depends. Like that is kind of important for the story. And no one was saying it. So I was like, request to speak. And it immediately got accepted. And then I like waited because like there was a bunch of people on there. And so I like waited until there was like silence because I didn't want to interrupt anyone. And I was like, "Hey guys, I just wanted to ask like what kind of picture was it? Like I missed that part. Like what kind of picture was it?" And then like as soon as I say that, then Queen Val, who was I think running it, I don't know if it was her actual space, but she was running it, was like, "Who the fuck are you?" I was like, hi, my name is Lauren, and I just had a question because I didn't hear it answered. I don't know if I'm late to hear it, but I just had a question about what kind of picture it was that she released. And she's like, I don't know who the fuck you are or what you're trying to do. Like, are you a fan of Just Machado? And I'm just like, huh? And then like the dudes that were on there were like, "Oh, she seems like she can be spicy." And I was like, "Yeah, I can be spicy." I was like, and then Val was like, "I was in the middle of talking and telling a story." And I was like, "No, actually you weren't. That's why I spoke because no one was speaking. If you were in the middle of a story, I wouldn't have spoke." And so then the guys were like, "Oh, she seems spicy." I was like, "Yeah, I can be. Like, I'm just trying to ask a question." She's like, "Well, I'm talking and I don't know who you are." And I'm like, "Okay, well, I just wanted that question answered because I don't plan to watch this. I don't want to sit here and watch you guys like fight back and forth." But I did have the question of what kind of picture it was. And and so then the guy's like, "Oh, I'll post it on the Jumbotron." Like, just they were just being like dumb, like, I don't know, like immature people. And I'm like, "Okay, cool, cool." And then I hung up or got off the spaces. And then I exited the spaces because I'm like, dude, they're effing crazy. Like, okay. And that's the whole point of spaces is you can random people join. Like half the time it's people from other areas that don't know what the space is about. So like I just had a question, but apparently do not have questions and go on a space. So then I get DMs saying they've just posted a picture of you on the space. And I'm like, what? I'm not even on this space anymore. Like I left. I wasn't joking when I said I didn't want to stick around to hear the back and forth. I just had a question about the picture, which they never answered. And so then I go back in the space. Sure enough, like they had posted a picture. The guys had followed me on Twitter and then I guess went through my like media stuff and then posted like pictures. And I'm like, "Ugh, okay. This again just reaffirms why I don't like spaces. So I will never be well, I will say never. I mean, there was ones that you're very like you almost had to watch. You can't turn away. Like sometimes there's a valid truth journey on a space that you have to tune into. And I make no apologies for that. But yeah, ones like that I will not ever be popping in again. They're just annoying and like immature. But yeah, that's what you missed. It wasn't really anything exciting, but um who hollered at me? Queen Val. Let's see. Sorry, I dropped off for a second. I'll be going down to Anna Maria Island. Ooh, nice. I'm not sure, but I feel like they have shark's teeth there that you can find, if you're into that kind of thing. I think they thought you were trying to start crap. Yeah, that was, like, the last thing I was trying to do. Like, I legit just wanted to know what kind of the photo. Like, uh, yeah, that's what was so funny is, like, I was definitely not trying to start crap. Like, I mm-mm. Um, no one goes in there to genuinely ask questions. Apparently not. Hi, it's me. I'm genuine. I guess you're not used to that, but I just wanted to know that question. Thanks. Bye. Miss Jess, hello. Lauren, you are fantastic on the fundraiser. Thank you so much. I had a fun time. Our group was a good one. I think it was entertaining and we raised some money. So that's what it's all about. So that was my goal. I was like, I brought like 4 or 5 White Claws because I was like, dude, I had a plan to like hold them all like this and be like, I brought them. I don't have a book, but I brought these and I will chug them if I need to because we need funds. And so we did raise some decent money, so that was good. Let's see. Yeah, these people are nuts. Yes, Beth. I hear a song. Who the fuck are you? I don't know what that is, but I like it. Miss Jess says, Lauren, on Spaces, if you ever encounter BDO, ask Big Dick O'Malley. BDO, I can attest he is the best, aka my boyfriend, and is a Lauren fan. He just acts like a menace on Spaces. Oh, I didn't know that. But no, I don't think he was on there that night. I think it was just like I think Menners was there and some dude I don't know. And I was like, I just wanted to know what picture. I feel like that's because I like listened for like 10 minutes and nobody said they just kept saying she released a picture. So I'm like, okay, what kind of picture? Like, I want to know. And there wasn't that many people in there. That was another reason I was like, oh, I'll just pop in because there wasn't that many people in there. And then I get yelled at. So I'm like, okay. Um, Beth, we should do a spaces. Okay, I would join that space. That seems like a safe space. Okay, just saying he wasn't. Okay. Um, yes, your space would be a safe space that I would join. Or at least listen to, right? And that would be okay. If anyone had questions, I feel like it would be all right to ask if Side Eyes was having a spaces. Yes, there's a lot of valid truth journeys that could be had that are not had because, well, people don't feel the need to share everything on the internet all the time. Oh, all the CSI TV shows played Who Are You? Oh, who are you? Do, 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 do. That one? Yes. Okay, now I got it. Now I got it. Okay. I wouldn't like getting hollered at. Yeah, and I was like, "Dude, like, also, like, do you know everyone on Twitter that you would just know who everyone is? Like, no, you wouldn't. So, like, it's not surprising you didn't know who I was." Okay. That still doesn't, take away from the fact that I have a question. Oh, man. Thank you for all being here. Please hit the like and subscribe button. Yes. Thank you so much. This is a stupid question, but what is Spaces and what is it for? It's not a stupid question. I didn't know what Spaces were like 6 months ago. So on X, if you're on X, they have a thing where you can kind of like go live, and it's like a YouTube live, but there's no video. So it's just like your picture, and you can invite people to join you as like a speaker and stuff like that. And then anybody on Twitter who joins that space, you just like join the space, and you can see who all's kind of like the chat. You can see who all's in there, and then you can request to speak. So, like, if you want to say something or you have a question or whatever, you just request, and it's up to the host to either accept or deny it. And so, when I requested, it was like instantly accepted. So, that was another thing that was funny. And then they can say whatever, and those people have the ability to like kick people off if it gets crazy or whatever. But it's really never like I don't know. I've never watched a space and been like, wow, I'm so glad I watched that or listened to it. So like it's just something to do, I guess. But a lot of people really like it, and so it's just, whether it's your thing or not. We had some people sharing their valid truth journeys on like a 4-hour space like the other week. So that was a time. And so yeah, I mean I guess it just depends on who's on the space, right? So um yes, there's interesting spaces. So we'll say that. Blessed. That's why you are a stealthy dog. Walk them. I've done it a lot. Okay. Those spaces can get crazy. Yes, they can. Everyone wants to hear from you, Lauren. Not Val. She did not want to hear my question. Yep, those ones I did not listen to because no thank you. No, thank you. I don't have time for that. But yes, lots of those. Um, yeah. So I don't know. But spaces are interesting. I don't suggest them. But it depends. I mean, if you're a fan of the people speaking, then it's really kind of the same as a YouTube thing. There's no video thing. So, yeah, I know it could be good. Val was in the middle of yelling at someone, and in comes Lauren with her sweet little question. Yeah, I guess so. It's probably accurate. But she really wasn't telling a story. I would have not interrupted. Like I am respectful, okay? And I don't interrupt people. And I was there, I was accepted. I was waiting patiently for a minute, and I would have had no problem waiting another minute or 2. But she was not talking, and therefore I was like, "Hey guys, sorry, just wanted to ask this question." I think I even said sorry. Just wanted to ask this question. And then, "Who the fuck are you?" Oh, and I don't get I don't give a fuck. I don't get offended easy. I have, like, super thick skin, but I was like, "The heck? Okay." Um, that's why I said abort, abort. Yes. I didn't see I if you were on there, I did not see it. I wasn't checking, and that's another thing, I don't like how they don't have chat to where you can see it. You have to go somewhere else to look at the questions or, the thing. So I never, even, I'm looking at the questions or the chat thingy. So if you said I didn't see oh, man. Yes, it was fun. It's a funny story or whatever. Um, but yep, I found out what picture later, but not by them. So J7 has well, that's you know, um, let's see. I honestly don't think she was even mad about you, Lauren. It was hatred before you got there. Yeah, and it's totally probably 100% correct. I was just like, what the hell? I'm just asking a question. This is what Spaces is for. Like random people can request to speak, and at least I'm asking a question about what you're talking about. She definitely wasn't mad about you. She was just in a heated argument. LOL. Yeah. Again, this is why I don't partake in spaces, like, I don't have time to get in heated arguments, like, on Twitter with people like that, but, like, yes, I didn't take it personal. Like, it was just honestly, it was funny because I was so taken off guard by it and was like, "Huh." So, yeah, I mean, it was something to share with you guys because I was like, "What is happening? That was something last night." I mean, you were brave enough to speak, not me. Nope. Well, I didn't think I was, like, saying anything controversial. I just had a legit question, you know, who knew? Who knew? Um, yeah, it was funny, but that's what I mean, you just gotta laugh. It's whatever. Again, that's why I don't usually watch Spaces, and then I've learned my lesson. If I can't sleep, I'm gonna stay off of the Spaces. Definitely not gonna request to speak. But it was quite funny. Yes. So, ooh, let me see if Emily and Jimmy are on because you don't wanna miss that. Oop, that's not the right one. Okay, they're not on yet. It happens with a 12-hour stream, you get a little later and later with each guest, so they're not on yet, but, when they get on, we will say goodbye to each other, and we will go watch them because I think it'll be funny. Um, but yes, it will be good. And then I can't remember, they have some other people on after that. They have so many people, like, we're just so lucky that we have a community where there's enough people that they can fill it a 12-hour stream with good content, and, we had that with Aiden's the other day or the other week, and now we're lucky to have it this week with Defense Diaries and, supporting, 2 great funds, and then tomorrow, if you, weren't here earlier, Moz is having a fundraiser for Kelsey. So excuse me, I've been yawning all day. Are you gonna come back after? I mean, I can if you guys want me to, but we could write down if I do, we can come pizza we could write down buzzwords together, right? For Chad Pizza. Also, there's merch in the works, and if I don't put a Chad Pizza shirt on there, I wouldn't be doing my job. So, if anyone wants to help me design that one, that could be a winner. Um, but yes, I'm not opposed to coming back. I'll probably put like something comfy on and come back and we can write down some buzzwords together and talk about anything else you guys would like to talk about. But it's up to you. Um also, what was I thinking? I did talk to Mary B. She definitely does want to play Chad Pizza. So we just have to narrow down a time. This weekend is full of fundraisers that I didn't have a lot of notice on, so, it might be more realistic to expect the Chad pizza maybe next weekend or so, but that gives me more time, and so that would be good. Emily C is so funny. Yes, she is so funny, and she's so smart, and yes, that's my girl. She's great. Everyone's saying Chad pizza. Um, let's see. Oh, explain Chad pizza, please. Funny enough, my chat had to explain Chad Pizza to me because I was on like 2 hours of sleep. So I was saying I had this idea, like, I wanna have, like, some creators on and, "Oh, good night, Lori. Thanks for coming. Are we going to watch Emily C?" "Yes, and I'll see you tomorrow." "Fantastic." Yes, I'll explain Chad Pizza real fast and then, we will end the stream. So I was saying I had this idea to have other creators on for a fun show, light show, and where you would have buzzwords. So I was like, you would say like the word pizza And then whatever pops in your head first, you would say, and you have to do it fast. Like it has to be a fast paced game. I was like, you can make it about trials. You can make it about anything. And I said I said like pizza first or something. And then I'm talking, still explaining it. And then later on, I give the example of like, so for instance, again, you could say like something like Chad, and then whatever pops in your head when you hear Chad, you have to say it fast. Yeah, word association. And so then I'm talking about it later. So then as I'm in the live stream later on, someone is like, I'm interested in playing Chad Pizza, but I don't know exactly how it would work, but I'm interested in it. And so I'm reading the questions and was like, "Oh, what is Chad Pizza? I don't think I know that game. Like, what is it? Can we play it here? Tell me everything." And then the chat's like, "It's the game you were talking about." And I'm like, and still I wasn't getting it because I didn't say, had I said them together, had I been like, if you were to say pizza or Chad, like I might have like got it immediately, but I didn't. There was like sentences in between. And so it took me a whole lot of time to figure that one out. Um and then Emily the next day on Twitter was like, yeah, you could come on, and then you're also gaslit on her stream, which was really funny because, yeah, I legit didn't realize that was what it was about, but the chat pretty much named the game Chad Pizza, and, so now it will forever be, uh, referred to as Chat Pizza, and we will have a live stream where we play Chat Pizza. Emily is on now. Okay. All right. Everyone go watch and donate if you can, even if it's $5, it adds up. And I will see you in the chat. And then I may come back on later if you guys are interested. Okay, love you guys. Bye.